Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I'm just giving an update of how I'm doing this week. So last week we did my bookshelf and I never finished it, so I will continue that this week. So I'm almost finished with the YA section and I'm going to work on the second shelf probably this week. So I'm going to take out my adult books from the top shelf and then I'm going to add my YA books because I needed another science fiction YA shelf. So that's what I'm going to be working this week. But while I was doing my reflection of the week, I decided to do this video. So what I am going to share today is my new journal that I started. I started a new journal. It's the COVID-19 journal. I am using a Cheek Sparrow notebook, so I'm going to show you my notebook. And then while I was journaling in my notebook, I realized that I was hopping from room to room. Like my daughter wanted to watch the Teen Wolf show, and so in order to watch the Teen Wolf show I wanted to journal at the same time, so I was traveling from my office to the living room and carrying stuff. So I made a little tote bag to carry my stuff from the office to the living room to the kitchen, and so I'm going to share with you what I'm carrying to do that. So here we go. Yeah, enjoy this. So I have a lot of supplies and I went through all my totes and stuff and I came across my 31 tote bag, and I had this engraved a while ago. It says "Keep it simple," and that is a great quote that I always like to stand by. So in this thing is stuff that I constantly use during my journaling, and when I'm writing in my journal I always grab for these items. So I needed to have a place to store everything. So here we go. I'm going to take this out. I had washi tape in there. Anyway, all right, so I have my journal in here. I am carrying around my COVID-19 journal, and that's what's in here. And I've been writing in here every day since we've been home. And I put in my thoughts, anything I come across on Facebook, anything I get from Pinterest, anything that's COVID related, I stick in this notebook. So, and then I write in, just like I do my Fauxbonichi. I didn't want my Fauxbonichi to be all COVID, so I kind of separated it out. So that's why I made a separate insert. Okay. So what do I carry? And of course I need my notebook, so I am using this one, which is a Hummingbird Cheek Sparrow. It's an A5 size. It's the same size as my Hobonichi, and I have an insert in here that I got from Staples, and that's the notebook that I am using. It is a Grid 60 notebook. And this is my COVID. I didn't make the design, the cover yet, but I did start writing in here. So I will share that at the end. So that's what I'm using for my notebook. So I'm going to stick this back in there. Okay, so what do I normally what I normally pick up and use are my pens. So I have my pens over here. I use this Micron 08 for my drawing. Whenever I draw something, this is the pen I use because it is waterproof and I can use my watercoloring with it. So that's the pen. My regular pen that I love to journal with are the Precise V5 RT, and this one is the same thing, Precise V. They are refillable. The ink comes out. You can put a new one in. These are my favorite because the point is very thin and I love how it writes. And it only writes, these two are in black. I like writing with that. I use this one. This is a quick dry Papermate pen in red. And this I use every time I write something about my YouTube channel because I draw the little YouTube and I color it in red. So that's that. And then I have a watercoloring pen that I use. I don't know the maker of this, but this is what I use to do my watercoloring. This is when I make my big journaling prints. I got this off of Amazon recently. It is a Marvy artist pen. It has 2 points, which is the thin one. I use this side a lot more than I use this side. But this is if I want the font to look darker. And I will show you that in my journal when I flip through it. I also have a pencil because you always need a pencil for something. And I also have my washi tape. I'm just using an old credit card that I got from Bailey's. And this is what I use to rip my washi tape. I use washi tape a lot. Okay, so this is what I use for my glue. I am a scrapbooker and I've been using this for years. This is the Tombow Mono Permanent Adhesive. This is what I use throughout my Fauxbonichi and any type of journaling, and I always use this. Okay, so in here I recently purchased 2 new sets of pens from Staples when I was buying stuff, and I really like these because they are thin print. I got these new ones. These are Sarasa, and they come in all different colors, and this is made by Zebra, and I got these at Staples. And then I also got a blue pack, blue and purple, because purple is my favorite color. So I got these 2, and they write really thin. Let me just pull out a purple one, and the pen itself writes really thin. The tip, I don't know if it's going to focus, but the tip is really, really thin, so I can journal and write if I want different colors. I basically use black, but I wanted to get this pack to use different colors, and it's portable, and yeah, so that's that. That's what I have in there. And recently I used stickers, and yesterday I just needed smiley stickers. So yesterday I just pulled my smiley stickers out and I just stuck them in here because that's what I was journaling about yesterday. It's mostly smiles and stuff like that. I just stuck a few just so I didn't have to run back in this room and do that. I have 2 sets of watercoloring that I was bringing back and forth. This is my new set. I think this is by Arteza. I got this from Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's Arteza. It doesn't say on it, but I'm pretty sure that this is Arteza. And then I got an old set. This is one I got from Michaels, I think. And I don't know the name of this one. This is a basic set that you could get. It doesn't say. Anyway, so I have these 2 because I needed different colors, and these work great, and they're portable, and I just use those a lot. Okay, so in here I also have I got the Canon Ivy, and I have the plug in here because I print pictures and I do use them in my Fauxbonichi, so I wanted to print pictures. So I just have this in here so I could print something in the kitchen where I have a jack that I could stick in the wall and print something out. And then this is my case for my fountain pens. Now I have a love and hate for fountain pens. Now I keep buying them hoping that I love them, and I don't know what it is. I tend to like my other pen better. Anyway, so I'm going to open this up and share with you what I'm carrying around. Now the problem I have with fountain pens is I have them in here and I go to write with them and sometimes they don't work. Okay, so I have these Lamy pens. I have the Lamy in yellow, which I have black ink in here, and yesterday I tried to write with it and it did not work. Then I have the black one, has black ink in it, and again I tried to write with it and it did not work. And then I have this one, this is my newest one that I just got. This has teal ink in it. I didn't try writing in teal last night, but yeah, so we'll see. I don't know if that's gonna work. Now I also have an Echo pen. This has black ink. Now this did write yesterday, but it has a terrible smearing. It doesn't dry very fast. I did the pen test in the back of my book, and it made ink on my right hand side when I closed the book. So there's like marks. I'll show you that in my 10 pen test in the back of my book. Okay, so those are those. And then on this side, I did write yesterday. I always carry another pen to draw with and another pen to watercolor with, because I wasn't sure if I didn't have this thing with me. I only have this thing with me. It works. So now my Pilot pen worked very good yesterday. I did use it last night, but again, it makes my hands black. So my thumb is black, and sometimes it makes my finger here black, but I did wash it off because we are washing our hands a lot. Here is my other pen. This has black ink in as well. I only like black ink, yeah, so all my pens have black ink in it. And then I have another, this one has purple ink in it, and I didn't write with this last night, but that has purple in it. And these are my new ones. This has blue ink in it. I didn't try writing with it last night, and this one has purple ink in it, I'm pretty sure. So these are my most new recent ones. So I have this hate about these pens and love about these pens. So I really need to either try to better paper. I don't know what it is, but these are my fountain pens that I have so far. Okay, so along on the other side, there's pockets in this thing here too. And in here I put my heat gun, because I was watercoloring and I need to make it dry before I do anything. And then I have my trusty scissors, and I have paper that I just used for my watercoloring. So that's what I'm carrying around. It works really well because I can just pick it up and carry it into another room, which is really nice. Okay, so now do you want to see my journal? I'm going to open my journal and share with you what I've been doing for the last week with COVID-19. Okay, this is my COVID-19 notebook. It's an A5 size, so I'm going to open it up. I'm going to share with you first the pen test that I did in the back of the book. So I am using a Staples notebook. This I got on clearance for 50 cents. They usually are $1.99. I'm sure they're discontinuing them. So I bought a whole bunch because they work perfectly in an A5. So in the back here, I did a pen test. So here is my pen test, and I'm going to bring it closer so you could actually see a little bit. Now notice I had a fountain pen. I used the green fountain pen that I showed you, and when I closed the book, the ink went on the other side of the page. So that's not good. And then I tried my Lamys, and if you notice, my Lamy pens weren't working at all on this paper. So my Pilot did work. So my Pilot fountain pen, that worked. And while I was drawing, I did my watercoloring in here testing, because I couldn't figure out what color blues and what color greens would look like on this paper. So that's what I did last night. And I also used my Stabilo Boss highlighters. That's what they will look like in this book. And also my Sarasa pens. They worked out perfectly. And here is my Morby Artistic. It works perfectly. It does not bleed. I'm going to show you the other page. There is nothing there. See? Yeah. A little bit of watercoloring. You can see the little watercoloring thing, but it does not go through the page, which is really nice. Okay, so I started my book. I put a title page. And this is COVID Pandemic 2020. I got these clip arts off of the internet. I did a Google search and just printed it and cut them out. And then I journaled something that I did, something that meditated to me. I think it's a prayer. And that's what I put in there. So the next page is how I'm feeling. And I put a quote. I always started off with the date. So this is on May 19th. I put a quote in there. And then I said it's normal, and then there's a quote about normal, so how to breathe and all that. And I got this off the internet about the moon and the stars, and I really like how that came out. The next page is anxiety, and how I'm coping, and I put that in there, how I'm coping, what I used to do, and what it's affecting. It's affecting my journaling. It's affecting my reading. I cannot read a book. It's crazy. And yeah, so I'm struggling to read or do art. My mind is racing and worried all the time. Netflix and exercising is helping at the moment. Wish I could read. So that's what I wrote in there. And then I wrote blessed. And then on the bottom, things that are blessing me for that day. This was on March 19th. I put Leslie Sansone because now I could walk in the living room. Hunter's Prime Video is helping me journal. Victoria is helping me from the Sparrow's Blank Page. She's giving me some ideas about Bible journaling, and she has really helped me a lot coping with my stress. And my kids, Naomi has been playing cards with me. We've been watching movies together. Yes, so I journaled all about that on that page. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I've been crying a lot lately. Anyway, this is stuff that I've got from the internet that spoke to me. I've been photo shooting my pages, snap pictures of anything that's quoted to me. And every night I either print them out or I journal about it in here. I also have the chart of how it is progressing, the numbers and all that. I've been filling in the numbers every day of how many people have it in the United States, how many people have it in Canada and Italy, and this is the chart that I've been filling in every day. Some quotes, some funny things that come up. I just printed out anything that I want to remember, but try to stay positive and try to enlighten how I'm feeling for that day. I came across a whole list of songs on March 20th of songs that can relate to our pandemic right now. So I have a whole list of songs that I listen to, and I have Alexa in my house, and I could just ask it, can you play this song? Can you play this song? Which is really cool. Okay, the next page, on March 20th, I went outside and I went to the grocery store, and on the way home, I had a panic attack because my husband has a cough and he decides to go to urgent care for a cough. He has no fever, but he has a cough. And I'm having a panic attack that he's going to catch it because he's there and all that. I know he doesn't have it because he doesn't have a fever. So here I am. I have a panic attack, and I journaled about my panic attack. I hope I don't cry here. Okay, so I panicked, and then Victoria gave us 3 words to journal about. So I am worried, I am uncertain, and I am feeling lonely. Because my husband is feeling sick, he is distancing himself from me as well. And yeah, it's really hard and emotional. So this is just different things that I got off the internet from Facebook that I printed that night. Okay, so the next page is also lots of stuff from the internet. I've been printing and snapshotting all these different things, so that's what I'm writing. And then I found this daily quarantine questions. What am I grateful for today? And I started journaling about that. Who am I checking in on and connecting with? What expectations of normal am I letting go of today? How am I getting outside today? How am I moving my body today? What beauty am I ever creating, cultivating, or inviting in today? So that's that there. So, and then I journaled about that, and I answered those questions that day. The next page is on March 21st. I had a morning prayer there. And then I wrote something that I found on the internet. And on this side, interrupt anxiety with gratitude, and I started drawing again, and I prayed, and then this is when the day that I talk to Victoria on, I was chatting with her, and she's an online friend, and she's talking to me about Bible journaling and getting joining these different groups and how it's going to help and all that. So she has been helped a lot, making me feel better about everything. So the smallest things warm the heart, and I put in 5 for her, and I also journaled about who I'm connecting with and stuff like that. Okay, so the next page, this is the 22nd, which was yesterday. I went on to Facebook and I saw something gross, like totally gross, that I almost vomited, and I had to distance myself from Facebook for that day. So I drew a bat. I saw somebody eating a bat and playing with it with a fork. And it was kind of gross, and I got really upset, and yeah, I stayed off Facebook after that. Anyway, the next thing I did that day was I started to learn how to play cards by myself because my children don't want to come out of their rooms. So I am all alone and I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like watching TV. So I went on YouTube and I found some card games to play solo. I learned how to play clock. I learned how to play carpet. I learned how to play Devil's Grip. So yeah, it's Sunday. I didn't want to do anything else but play cards and just be by myself, and that's what I did on Sunday. So I did a prayer from God. It's Sunday, I wrote, and then Victoria gave us a quote, what are you procrastinating on? And I journaled about my bookshelf. It is coming out really nice. I'm going to do my video when I'm almost finished. This is what it looks like now, and yeah, it's getting done. Then I wrote some quotes on the bottom, and then here is a prayer to pray for the world. And hear me, Lord. And I wrote praying for me, praying for the world, praying for the medical staff, everything. I just journaled about that. And then on this page, I did some blessed things. And we found out that schools are closed till April 13th. So I'm extended for 2 more weeks of no more school. Yes. So this morning, I also got my new assignment. So I have to work on that. Today, I haven't done it yet. We have online training to do again. Last week, they gave us 2 hours to watch a video about suicide. And we did that last week. It took me about 3 hours to complete it. This week we have 4 videos I think we got to watch. So I don't know how long it's going to be, but I have to start working on that because today is Monday. And then the last thing I did was I made this little pocket thing because I've been watching tons of videos on Bible journaling, and I learned how to make this with a magnet, and I also made some tabs. Here are my tabs. I made some tabs to put on my Bible. I ordered a Bible. It's coming in the mail, but Amazon is taking a long time to ship to me because of the virus thing. So I won't get my Bible till Friday. So I will be using this until I get my Bible. So here we go. Yes, I got a regular Bible. Yes, you were probably asking, why did I get a regular Bible? I only know the First Testament. I got the full Bible because I really like how everybody's using their journaling in the Bible. And I decided that if I get to the Second Testament and I decide to read it, that's fine. But if I get to the Second Testament and it doesn't pertain to me, I could just cover it up with art. And that's what I figured I will do. So, yes. Or I could like highlight stuff that will talk to me. And so since God is talking to me, Victoria is sending me all the different things. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I've been talking for a very long time. Thank you for watching. I will see you in another video. Be safe and stay home.